Hello Rideout people. Well, it's still the early hours of the morning here. It's still pitch black after the clocks sprung forward for spring. But we're going to go out for a ride today. We're going to go to the famous Lake Rabun, which is in the north east of Georgia. It's where the rich and famous, really, from Buckhead and downtown Atlanta, like to buy their summer homes and weekend homes. And then we're going to continue up to Highlands. We've got Jerry today. We've got Ed on his brand new GSA, which will be interesting to see in the kind of olive green colour. And also we've got new riders joining us. Another guy on a GS, which will make 4 of us today, and a guy on a Monster 848, and a guy on another GS. Yeah, so it'll be 4 GSs today and a Monster, and stick around, we'll let you know how we get on.
Camo. Woohoo! What color is that called? Camo green?
Kalamata olive.
Yeah, baby.
Good job,
What
my
took
friend.
me so long?
Look who jumped on the bandwagon most recently. BMW.
Yeah, baby. Love it.
Yeah, I just set it up this weekend, so I haven't tried it on this helmet yet, but I think it's gonna work well. I think so. We'll see. Okay, so hopefully this is recording okay. It's the first time I've done a recording with my new Shui Neotech 2 in the beautiful TC2 Splicer blue colours. And the first time I put the GoPro on this helmet, so we'll see how we get on. And we just stopped off halfway around the beautiful Lake Rabun, R-A-B-U-N, which is in north east Georgia. It's owned by Georgia Power. I believe it was kind of built as a hydro power reservoir back in about 1915. I'm not sure how much water it holds, but the circumference of the lake is 25 miles, so that'll give you an idea how considerable it is. It used to power all of Georgia's power, Atlanta's power, and it's quite a bit north of Atlanta, probably I don't know, 100 miles or so north of Atlanta here, but now it powers Atlanta's power at peak times, I understand, but not the rest of the time. And this is really home of the rich and famous, in terms of those that are rich and famous in Atlanta, in the Buckhead regions, and Places Ferry and outer regions of Atlanta. They have their weekend and holiday homes here, and as you can see, they're delightful with incredible views of the lake. And they have a great homeowners association that ensures that the properties remain characterful and age appropriate and all that jazz. They don't want to overdevelop the lake and lose its natural beauty and charm, so got to respect that, even if it's a bit depressing if you can't afford something up here. I must admit, if I was retired, it'd be a lovely place to live, but I don't think this will be where I end up. Really nice ride out today. So pleased at the turnout. We've got Jerry on his R1250GSA. We've got Ed on his brand new R1250GSA in a nice Kalamata, I think it's called, green. And that looks great outdoors, much better than in the showrooms. It's a nice mix, a nice change compared with the blue and whites of mine and Jerry's and Paul's, who's not with us today. We've also got Eric on his white Multistrada, and we've also got two new riders. One is Damien on his Monster in a nice kind of Senna grey with red wheels, if you remember the old Senna version of the Ducatis. And got his friend Leslie. He's also on a GS, but a 1200, or a GSA I should say, but a 1200 version. Jerry and I have had the 1200s and love that bike. It's very, very good. But of course the 1250 has moved things on a little bit more, and he liked the 1250, so maybe he will end up with one shortly. I think Eric probably will eventually when his Multistrada is due renewal time. Not really sure about this. Being directed this way, we shall see. Oh yeah, I put this in the GPS because I thought it'd be nice to flip going down the other side of the river, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's nice, sweet. We'll do a couple of miles of this and then we'll flick-flack back to the other side of the river. Just wanted to see what it was like on this side. I love these little backcountry lanes in the we're out on the bike. It's just so scenic. This is East Wolf Creek Road. It's a road I've never ridden before, but on the map it looked pretty good, so we'll see how we fare. Thanks for all your feedback and comments on the new camera and microphone setup. You all seem to be able to hear the audio much more clearly on the bike, and I'm really pleased about that. It's always very, very difficult to get great audio on a motorcycle, as anybody who has a YouTube channel and rides bikes will tell you. But hopefully we've got a good setup now, and you can come along and enjoy the rides with us as you wish. As I say, this is the first time I've run the camera on this new Shui Neotech 2 Splicer TC2, and hopefully I've got the good camera angle for this. And one thing I did to try and get the camera angle right on this helmet, because it's very difficult with the brackets and all the rest of it to get it very central looking and a good view of the road ahead, is I kind of worked backwards. So I put the camera where I wanted it, which was basically in the centre at the bottom of the visor, and I taped it in place, so it was kind of put a cross shape of tape to hold it in place, and then I worked back using the bracket as far as it would bend, or you know, comfortably move I should say, through its natural movement. And then it meant that the GoPro sticker that with the 3M sticker that sticks it to your helmet was really off at an angle. It was not sitting remotely flat on the helmet, So I thought, how can I get around that? And I actually used some I'll probably post some pictures, so a picture will say 1,000 words, but I used some moldable sucru glue, which those of you who've seen my custom ear plugs video recently will know what I'm talking about. But it's a company called Sucru, S-U-G-R-U. I used some of their moldable glue to fill in the void between where the sticker could stick to the helmet and where it was just stuck up in the air, just to make a little wedge, a little platform like a door wedge, to fit in there as a custom fit and make it all sit at the right angle. And hopefully it's now sitting at a great angle for you to see what's happening up ahead and get a sense for what it's like being on the ride with me. So it's a road I've not been on before, and it's great in terms of topography. I think it looked really nice in the summertime when all the bloom of the leaves are out, and the roads are certainly beautifully twisty and devoid of vehicles. The only real problem we've got is that the surface isn't that great, so not sure we'll be riding this one so much in the future, but it's a nice alternative to what we normally do, which is go up to Clayton and cut across on the famous War Woman Road. And if you're up in northeast Georgia and you get a chance to ride the War Woman Road, I would do that, especially if you're going up to Highlands, which is where we're heading for lunch. We're going to the Ugly Dog, oh shit, Ugly Dog pub, and just switch to Dynamic Pro along here. I hope this road is it's not going to be like this for too long. We have everybody's on adventure bikes today except poor Damien, who's on his monster, but this is pretty hard compacted, so it should be okay on this. I have no idea how long this will last though, whether it will run out. As I say, I've never been on this road before. That's part of the beauty of having an adventure bike. You can have a genuine adventure, but also it can be frustrating if you're in a group ride and you're playing the route like I have, that is taking in a new road and you've no idea whether you're suddenly going to come to a dead end or the conditions are going to get far worse. And or somebody like Ed, who's got a brand new bike, I mean literally a brand new bike, bless him, you know, you're asking him to ride down gravel roads or fire trails, and he's probably good job I've not got the intercom on, he's probably calling me rude words at the moment. Now, a lot of people say you can't take a big GSA off-road and why do you want that big heavy bike and all that. Well, of course they're not really made for that. They're made as heavyweight, low maintenance tourers, you know, nice shaft drive, comfortable seat, big pack mule type panniers, made for touring in relative comfort. They do the road stuff exceptionally well, but it means that if you get a road like this, which is just gravel and hard compact and it's dry, you know, you can continue at a reasonable pace without having to stop, and that's a godsend compared with most road bikes that you just can't do that on, or particularly comfortably anyway. We have I think 2.3 miles of this still, so that's alright with me. I hope it's alright with the guys. Still, it does show you guys that I'm not afraid to take my brand new R1250GSA Adventure off-road, and so you shouldn't be really if you're gentle roading, off-roading like this, kind of soft roading I like to call it. I think it's perfectly capable of doing it. I'll put it in enduro mode, and that will you know, really reduce the ABS and traction control. And got it in the soft suspension setting, and it's handling it easily. And this road is not that bad actually. It's a little bit moister down here, so to be a little bit more careful, but it's as much mud as it is gravel, and we're getting to see these beautiful scenes, so yeah, that's nice. About another mile to go. I hope Damien's backside is doing okay on his monster down here. It was really immaculate looking, that bike as well, so might be worried about it getting scratched up. I hope it's avoiding the gravel. Hey, bit of tarmac, bit of asphalt. Guys will be pleased about that, no doubt. Back to road, to road mode. Roads where we're going. You don't need roads. Woohoo! Very nice. Very nice. So now we're on the Chattooga Ridge Road, which is another road we've never ridden before, and the asphalt is not that great on this road either, but in places the views are pretty nice, and the sun's out now, up to 49 degrees, so feeling pretty good. Nice to be out in the sticks. Now of course what the GoPro isn't showing is the snot that's running down from my nostril across my top lip and into my mouth. I guess that's TMI, isn't it, really? And this is definitely the sort of place that you might see a bear run out in front of you, or certainly some deer, or a coyote, or just some wild dogs, really. So always got to be a little bit careful. How the guys doing? They're not too far behind me, which is good. Wow, the asphalt was really unpleasant there. Lots of cracked surface, lots of potholes, and this GS just went over it like a hovercraft. Really like this bike. It's a nice horse, sitting in the shade there. Nice little homestead. Got his truck and dogs and horses and whatnot. Got Ed behind me at the moment. This new bike looks very cool, and he's just absolutely over the moon with it. Super delighted, and I'm really delighted for him. I always knew it was the bike that he really wanted to ride, and that he'd love it once he got one. He just looks so much more confident on that bike. It's unreal. He's taking really nice lines. He's faster, he's smoother, he's safer looking. It just shows that, you know, it's really important to get the right bike for you, whatever that bike may be. Something that fits you ergonomically, something you're comfortable with, something you feel is you know, steers the way you want it to steer, stops the way you want it to steer, handles the way you want it to handle, and ultimately it's comfortable and practical enough for whatever your needs are. But yeah, he's looking good, Ed. Some really beautiful homes out this way, just stuck in the middle of nowhere. God knows what these people do for a living, but I bet they're happy when they wake up in the morning. Wow, this is beautiful. Still too early in the year for all the tourists. But we've got the views, we've got the weather, we've got the company, we've got the bites. Yeah, this is good. Life is good. God love a good twisty. Gotta love these TFT clocks, haven't you, on the new GS/GSA. So pretty. So get through this bend. I'll check how many miles I've got on it now. So 2,132 miles, 149 miles on this tank. Tyre pressure is 164 miles to go on this tank. Yeah, the nav. Oh, we're going to get to lunchtime destination, the Ugly Dog, a little bit later than I would have liked, 12:30, because that place gets packed out very, very quickly, and there's 6 of us today, so probably going to end up on different tables or something. Good place to stop for lunch though. And I hope we get some good footage on the new helmet cam setup, and that the audio is working okay. It's a bit breezy today. Twisty roads ahead. Oh yes, that's what we like to see. Twisty, twisty, twisty. I like those twisty roads. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. We like to move it. We're in the Carolinas now, only 4 miles from our destination for today for our pub lunch with the boys. So I'm going to sign off now. I don't think I can do any video in this afternoon, so thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share this video, and last but not least, ride often, ride carefully, ride on.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate all your feedback and support for the Ride On channel. I hope you're already a Ride On subscriber, but if not, please subscribe straight away. And last but not least, ride often, ride carefully, ride on.